Morning, y'all. Look at my honey girl, beautiful soul. Look at her. Extremely blessed to have her. It's my baby. It's my girl, my honey girl. Love you. So, I actually had some dreams, These dreams asleep when you close your eyes. Every second I'm away. Run away. There's something out there. Saw Heart in concert a long time ago. But you ought to know. I love Alanis Morissette, right? Jagged Little Pill. So I didn't know that Dave Coulier from Full House, they dated, I guess, back in '95. And I guess that song, it was like a Howard Stern. I didn't really watch Howard Stern too much, but I didn't know that. I think Alanis Morissette's hot. She's a beautiful voice, right? I love her songs, right? But yeah, they dated. He played hockey, right? Canadian or whatever. On the show, he's whatever his name was on the show. But yeah, I didn't know that she wrote that. I guess she wrote that song about him. You heard it on the radio. It's just weird, you wouldn't think that like she would date, uh, you know. It's funny with all those songs, songs of like with Maroon Five, he writes songs about women, songs about Jane, and then with Alanis Morissette, that was back in the day. That was still really good. But I didn't know that. But I had a dream. I had a dream. Uh, so I have a twin brother, right? We're nothing alike. I don't even think I'm really. I used to joke around and say we're roommates, But yeah, I had a dream that I was at his house and everything was like organized. And I used to have a lot of OCHD. I say OCD with hyperactivity, and basically, and then I was fighting off my bipolar my whole life, right? But and then it came out when I was 50. So, but really bad. And so, but I would really, really like organize, I just would, everything would be all cleaned up. I wouldn't leave a mess or nothing, you know. And I just always had to keep this going. And I had a dream that Toby Maguire was my brother, you know. And I think that was triggered maybe because I haven't seen the movie Brothers, but I was, you know, moving my lips to the scene, acting out in the kitchen where he was, because I felt that before. I've never. My ex hit me in the side of the head because she thought I was cheating, and I wasn't. I never cheated on her. Before that, she broke a heavy container over the back of my head in the garage. Um, this is after work when I was just sitting out there. I had a couple shots, because I was just trying to de-stress from work and trying to deal with this. And threw my tablet at me and stuff. Hit me so hard, I thought she broke her hand and just split the side of my head open. And I was like, I didn't even know why she did it. And then come to find out that's what she thought. And I was like, what? And so, but, it wasn't the same after that. And everybody goes, and I asked her, like, kept asking her, is your hand okay? And people go, like, you didn't hit her back? And I was like, no, are you kidding me? Why would I do that? It just shows you that, and I used to have that, that kind of rage, back in the day. Now it's just, as you get older, you just kind of, you just let it go, man. And that's what she would always say, let it go. And I'd always refer to John Rambo, let it go. And, let it go. That's the thing. There's nothing you can do about it. People are dealing with a lot of shit. And, nobody really stays long enough to listen to their story. And they're always judged and stuff. It's like the bro from Another Hoe. He said he called me back yesterday. He never did. And so I'm going to tell him I'm coming by, and if he doesn't pick up, I know he's there. So I'm just going to go park out front, get my 2 crossbows and boxes and that shit, and just tell him I'm going to sell them, right? And just kind of ease out of the friendship there, which there really was no friendship. You know, it was just, I always say bros before hoes, but even bros, you know, it's really, you know, honestly, you're better off with just, I say, my honey girl than anybody else, because nobody is going to honestly be there for you. Not that I want anybody there for me. You know, I used to, what I miss the most about my ex is someone to miss you when you're gone. You know, like I'd go to work 10 hours and she would miss me. After we, you know, we broke up, I found notes in my jacket saying that, you know, we're going to make it through everything. And we didn't. So, and, you know, it just takes two to tango, you know, to tango. You know, it does. And the best thing is honestly, what I never could do is let go. And you have to, because if not, it'll eat you up. And it's hard enough in life. Like we're checking out of this motel because I just keep burning money and stuff, trying to get extra work and stuff, and it's just not there. But I'm not gonna keep. You know, it destroys you mentally, and you get to a point where you're just like, you know, you just gotta deal. You gotta do it yourself. You know, nobody's gonna be there. Nobody to fall back on, you know, and that's fine with me because I have honey and I'm just trying to enjoy whatever time we have, you know, and that's a blessing every day. And that's not being religious. That's just being real and spiritual because, you know, I believe in honey girl.